Nyabe River diverges into two branches. People can either go to Zading or Dong Nai province. Zading and Dong Nai are two large provinces. They have a sparse population but are rich in agricultural products and are home to an intricate system of rivers and canals, which provides good conditions for the development of trade. By the 18th century, folk and religious music, Hat Boy classical opera and Dern K instrumental music had already spread from the east to the west of the southern region, and gradually a new type of traditional music called Dern Ka Tai Tu developed from this context. Since its emergence and development more than a century ago, Dern Ka Tai Tu has never been absent from the daily lives of the people living in the southern region of Vietnam. The importance of the art of Dern Ka Tai Tu in everyday life can be seen in a recent concert held as part of a new house ceremony by Mr. Sao Hu Nhi's family in Can Dang Commune.
Việt Nam đã trải qua bao thế hệ, qua những thiên hưng thành, qua bao lần biến cuộc đổi thay.
Those who perform this type of music are called the Tai Tu, which means the talented. Mr. Tam Ki, the former director of the Long An Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism, says, Tai Tu are talented performers. They are good at singing and playing, but they are very poor because they do not sell tickets for their performances. Musical variation and improvisation is central to performance. As the master Tai Tu musician Nguyen Vinh Bao says, Tai Tu artists are talented performers. Each time they play differently. Therefore, there are many melodic variations, and it is through the performance of these variations that the individuality of a Tai Tu performer can be measured. In order to create interesting melodic variations, a Tai Tu artist is carefully trained by a master musician.
Tức là khi chúng ta biến cái chữ đờn ra nhưng mà cái giai điệu xề u liêu quan chính nhưng lúc nãy nó vẫn lúc nào cũng nằm trong tâm của mình.
When studying, Tai Tu musicians must follow the basic melody, but when performing they must play with ornamentation in a flowery way. Eminent artists Ba Tu and Tang Hai are two musicians who are able to show us how flowery melodies are played. basic melodic framework, which is known as the long ban, forms the basis for creative improvisation. The melodic framework for each piece follows a specific musical scale and distinctive rhythms, and adheres to a particular modal characteristics, which are referred to as nuance. Hui. The nuance is what makes Tai Tu musical performances special. A short explanation by Professor Chen Van He highlights some of the main features of the concept of nuance. In the back nuance, the notes su and kong have to be played with a wide vibrato technique, but the sang and se notes are played with an ornament called mo, which consists of a fast oscillation between two pitches. According to established performance practice, Zhao preludes are often played before starting the main musical piece. Zhao preludes not only demonstrate the improvisatory talent of individual performers, they also convey information to other musicians performing in the ensemble, so that they know the key pitches and modal characteristics of the piece. The famous musician Huang Ke-tui performs a Zhao prelude in Wan nuance. Professor Chen Van He says, Zhao preludes enable the audience to hear and feel the spirit of the piece. The musical instruments used in Đơn Ca Tai Tu include: these are traditional musical instruments of the Viet people. 2 foreign musical instruments which have been adopted and reformed by Tai Tu artists include a modified form of the Western guitar, which has a deep hollowed-out fingerboard that enables distinctive Vietnamese ornamentation to be played, and the Western violin that has some changes to its strings. Nowadays, people still gather to perform Đơn Ca Tai Tu on special happy occasions. Tai Tu artists are keen to transmit the tradition to anyone who wants to learn. Folk artist Bac Hui, who teaches singing at the Central Club of Culture in Ho Chi Minh City, says, myself and Lady Cao Thị Thắng teach 20 principal pieces, which include the set pieces called Thứ Bu, Ngũ Châu, and Bat Ngũ. Lady Chen Hong Kuk, who works for the Bureau of Culture and Information in Long An Province, says, when I go to work in remote rural areas, I notice that the more remote the area is, the more adoration there is for Đơn Ca Tai Tu. To the present day, Đơn Ca Tai Tu has maintained its value in the context of modern life. It has been loved, respected, preserved and promoted by the people in southern Vietnam.